Okay, so my first interviewee was a graduate level student. When I asked how they prepare for their homework, they say that they do not prepare ahead of time. They just do the assignment and the readings the day of. And when I asked why, they said that they do better under pressure and they feel like that's their best work. So when they begin their homework, they use a laptop by signing into their computer, open their browser. They chose Safari. That was the only browser that they had on their computer. They go to the school webpage and they type in the school webpage just because it's remembered in their history instead of keeping it as a bookmark. And when I asked why they don't keep it as a bookmark, they just said that they felt this was easier. I feel like this is more clicks. Then they go to their current students link, then go to log into their email. And from there, they check their email to see if there's any assignments or new information that came through. Again, this is a lot of clicks. So I feel like they could just bypass this with bookmarking it and having an automatic login. So they go to their class's homepage, and this is a bookmark. They have bookmarked their class's homepage. They read through the calendar for to-dos and to find their readings. Then while they have their laptop out, they also grab their iPad. They purchase their books on their iPad, and so they purchase everything from Amazon, and it gets transferred over to their iPad, and they go to their Kindle app, which is where all of their books are stored. They read the assigned readings in the order that they're listed instead of kind of doing it in random order or by page number. They actually take notes during the readings on paper versus using the highlight tool that you can use on your iPad, and I asked why, and they said that when they feel like that they write things down, they remember them better, or it sticks in their head a little bit better. They actually read from their iPad on the couch, which is kind of where their desk area is. It's around the couch area. They have their laptop on the coffee table, their iPad in their hand, their notebook on their lap. It was just a very interesting setup because I, usually like a set workplace. They read the questions for the assignment before reading the assigned reading, so they have this as top of mind, and as they're reading, they can understand what questions may come up. And before they start the readings, they copy and paste the questions from the assignment online over to a Word document on their computer. And then as they go through, they try to answer the assigned questions as they go versus just answering all the questions at the end after their readings. And they said that they feel like they can answer the questions better as they're reading so they can understand, at real time how these questions apply to their readings. They'll also chat with other students if they have a question or just talking about the assignment via the school's messaging system. And this messaging system automatically logs you in when you log into your email. So when you log into your email, it shows that you're available and you can chat with anybody else who is available. And they had a certain group designated for this class. And in there, they could see their classmates and friends that they could talk with. If questions are left unanswered from students, they'll go back into the readings and they'll look to try to find their answers. But usually, the most often, the questions are in the same order in the reading. So they said that they usually flow with each other and they don't feel like that they leave that much out. And again, as I said, they're reading from their iPad and then moving over back to their laptop and working on their Word document. So they're using two different types of technology. They do lose their focus in between doing these things sometimes, between the readings or the questions, they switch back and forth. They can lose focus and get distracted by their phone because it's sitting there, other websites because they had them popped up just before they had signed into their class. And I asked a way that they get back on track, and they said, as soon as they realize that they got distracted, they get back on track by turning their phone over and kind of putting it far away from them and then closing the other website so they're not distracted. And then finally they get back to their work and they complete the questions, any questions that they did not finish, they'll complete the questions after all the readings and everything has been done. They do go review their work. They review their work on the Word document that they had done. And then what they do is they copy and paste their answers from the Word document over to the class's specific assignment page where there's a whole submission document that they can copy things into. Again, here they review their answers and look for editing errors. And when I asked why they didn't just work on the assignment page, they said they felt like if they accidentally hit the submit button, it would be, very traumatic, and it would be very much confusion for the instructor. So this was a better way to kind of check their work and keep it just to themselves without accidentally hitting submit. And then after they've checked everything over, they click submit, and the assignment has been submitted via the class's assignment page. And then they said once they are graded, the score is listed on the grades page of the class. And comments are bubbles like right next to the grades so they can see any additional notes from the teacher. And if there is any questions that they have from their grading, they'll reach out to the instructor via school email and ask. And this feedback is from the instructor does take quite a bit of time for some reason. So this is an online class, so they feel like it's a bit of a struggle to not hear back from your instructor right away, especially if you have questions on assignments or on gradings. And then at the end of it, I asked them just how they prioritize their assignments. And since they do every assignment last minute, they just told me they prioritize assignments by due date as they're doing the readings and the assignments the day of. I think that there's a lot of room for some opportunities here to save some clicks and forms of technology while they're using, their notebook, their iPad, their computer, and then copying and pasting everything over. They felt like the biggest hurdle for them, though, was not these technology issues, just more so getting questions answered by instructors and having things work for them when they were needing them to.